Hi everyone, my name is Angela from Angela Stitches and welcome back to my channel. So I'm still working on Mrs. Claus. I'm hoping to finish this project by this week or by the end of this video, and I think that's pretty doable. I'm not going to be FFOing it or anything. I'm just going to try to finish all of the things that I can with this project. But I was working on one of the reds on her dress and I ran out of 321, I think it was. So I couldn't finish that color, so I started working on the next color. So I'm working on that right now, but I'm just gonna do everything that I can, like I said, with what I have and get all of the missing DMC and beads and acrylic and things like that all at once. But recently I'm like running out of DMC left and right. So it's a little annoying, but it also means that I'm making progress on my whips, so I guess that's a good sign. So I posted my latest stitching vlog last night and I got a question about beading. So I thought I would talk a little bit about that, and I don't think I do anything special with it. So I'll just talk about how I bead and some different ways you can do it. So I'm just going to demonstrate it on my dog here because his nose are 4 black beads. His eyes and his sweater is missing some acrylic, but I can do the beading right now. So I have my black beads here and I just need 4. So I keep my beads in these small containers with their numbers on it. The system been working really well for me and it looks pretty with all of the different colors lined up in these containers. So I just need 4. Oh, that's too much. So you can bead with 1 strand. I think that's how people usually do it. I'm not really sure. Or it calls for 1 strand, I think. And 1 strand is enough, but I just like to use 2 strands because it feels more sturdier to me. So I have my 2 strands here. And I like to use 2 strands so that I can anchor my thread with the loop method. So I just go under a couple of stitches on the back and then do the loop method. Can you see the loop here? So here's the loop. So I go through that and then that's anchored. Oops. Let me just get this out first. So I think that's a really easy way to secure your thread when you're beading. So when I bead, I like to have my beads directed left bottom to upper right. So diagonally, so like this way. So I come up from the bottom left corner and get a bead and go back down through the upper right corner. So the whole of the beads are in a diagonal direction. So I do that with all of my beads, starting from left bottom corner to the upper right corner. So I'm going to do that with the rest. And I'm gonna speed this up just a little bit so you can still see, but you don't have to wait here until I do all 3 of them. And then when I'm done with all of the beading, I just anchor my tail by going under a couple of stitches, but I don't know, I just like to do that several times just to make sure. I'm sure you don't have to do this, but I just like to do it a couple more times just to make it more secure. And then I just cut the tail short and that's it. So that's his little nose and I think that's really cute. So I want to show you how to bead in different directions. So let me bring out a different color because I think the black is really hard to see. So I have my bag of white beads here and my needle. So I'm just going to show you how to bead in different directions, and there's only 3 ways I think. So I'm going to do it here in this empty space. And before I start beading, let me just do some stitches so I have a better hold of the floss. Because last time when I was showing you how to do the bow, it was really hard to keep the tail in place. So let me just do that real quick. So the first way is the way that I do and the way that I just showed you with my black beads. So starting from the left bottom and then going to the upper right corner. And when I decide on the direction, I do it in that direction with all of the bead in that project. So there it is. I'm gonna do one more. Left bottom and then take my bead and go back down through the upper right. And then there's ways to have your beads straight. So you start exactly the same, left bottom to upper right, just like this. But you come back up from the bottom right and go through that bead again from the bottom, like this. And then go back through the upper left. So then the bead is sitting straight up and down, if that makes sense. So in this vertical direction. So let me show you that one more time. So bottom left corner, and I take my bead, upper right, and then come back up from the bottom right and go through the needle from the bottom hole and then go back down to the upper left corner. So that's gonna make your bead sit straight up and down in the vertical direction. And you can also do the diagonal one in the opposite direction. So starting from the bottom right and going to the upper left, and that makes the direction the other way. I don't know if I can do one more with the floss that I have here, but it's the same concept. I'm gonna try to do one more here. So bottom right, and then upper left. So, and then you can also do it in a horizontal direction, so left corner to upper right, and then upper left to bottom right, if that makes sense. So it's really easy once you get the hang of it. Just try a couple of beads and a scrap paper or whatever fabric you have, and it's really not hard at all. I just learned how to do it by doing one of the Mel Hill kits a couple of years ago, and then I did a Mirabilia. So yeah, let me know if you have any more questions about beading, and I'll be super happy to help you. So I just pulled out all of the floss to work on my bride's tree ornament, the rabbit, or hope actually it's called. So yeah, I'm hoping to finish this before October, but I don't know, it's a lot of stitches. So I worked on the rabbit and I thought it would be easier to outline the shape first and then work on filling in later. So that's all I did on this project. So all I need to do for this is to just fill in with this one color. And that made me think about, I had an idea. I'm thinking about making a video just on how I stitch faster or what I do to stitch faster. It's one of the things that I'm always thinking about because we have so many projects and there's always new designs that comes out and we want to work on all of them basically. So, and not that I don't enjoy the process of stitching, I love stitching, but because there's so many things that I want to work on and finish, and I'm not trying to cut short the stitching time, if that makes sense. I'm getting rid of everything else that we do before or things that we do during stitching. And to be honest, I'm not sure if I have enough tips and tricks to even make a video, but um, I thought it would be just fun to talk about it because we do spend a lot of time on this hobby, and it would be nice if we could make most of our time to make more progress on our projects, right? So I don't know. Let me know if this is something you would be interested in seeing. So and then I also worked on Mrs. Claus a little bit, but I only worked on this bottom edge, and I didn't even finish that yet, but yeah, so that's all I worked on yesterday. So I'm going to try to at least finish the rabbit today, and then maybe work on finishing Mrs. Claus's dress, maybe. I don't know. So I finished filling in the rabbit, but I still need to do its nose, eyes, and his little tail. And his tail is made up of beads, so I think that's really cute. But before beading, I want to finish all of the cross stitches, so I think I'll work on the gardening tools here, and then finish the back stitching, and maybe start on this greenery here, and then I'll slowly move down. So this is going really well. And I also worked on Mrs. Claus. So for Mrs. Claus, I think I got everything done except for the shoes and all of these empty areas. I couldn't finish that because I ran out of those colors. And so because of that, I couldn't do the embroidery stitches and also the beads because I like to do those after all of the cross stitches. So yeah, I have all of the items finished, like the cookies and her wings and the puppy. And all of these empty spaces, like these polka dots, those are all in acrylic, so this is really going to be sparkly. So super excited about that, but yeah, so that's everything that I could do on Mrs. Claus. So I'm going to move on to my third perforated paper project, which is Snow Angel. So this is what she looks like. So I think this has several elements. So I think the halo is one piece, the wings are another separate piece, and then the star she's holding, like the Christmas star Angel had. And also I think the polar bears are stitched probably the same paper as the angel, but I'm not sure. But yeah, I think this is a very different color palette from the ones that I've done so far. So super excited about that. And I think she's really pretty too. So I'm going to work on the snow angel, and I don't think I have the silver paper out for the wings and the halo. So I'll do that and also work on the rabbit as well. So I didn't work on the rabbit at all. This is where I left it yesterday for the update and didn't even touch it. So I don't have an update for you on that, but I did work on the snow angel, and I didn't realize that there were 5 blends in this chart, and I was able to do one of them because I only had one of the krennic for it, and most of everything is just all krennic. So I don't know how much I'll be able to do on this, but I'm going to try to do as much as I can. And Also, I was wrong about the halo and the wings. I thought those were on two different or separate paper, but it's just like the Christmas star, the wings and the halo is stitched on one piece of paper, and the angel and the polar bears are on one piece of paper. So yeah, I'm going to work on this again tonight, and also on the rabbit if I feel like it. I think I'll just start with the rabbit though. And I got my last package from Color & Cotton because I had to cancel my subscription because I couldn't afford it anymore with COVID continuing, and because I'm not making as much sales like I did before in my jewelry business, because of the shipping restrictions and all of that. So this is my last floss of the month and anything from Color & Cotton, but that's okay. I still have a lot in my stash, so I have a lot of things to work with, but I am super sad about it. So let's see what I got this month. So I get 10 skeins with the option all colors. Ooh, pretty. I actually have this one. This is the color that I'm using or used already for the rabbit, this white color. But I'm actually running out of that, so that's perfect. So let's look at the colors. These are really pretty. Portobello. I don't think I have this one. So Tusk is the one that I already have. Portobello, Nimbus, Ivy, and Boysenberry. These are really pretty. I really like that. And then in this one, these seems a little bit more Halloweenish. Maybe because of the purple and the orange and the green. But I got, these are really pretty. So let me just, so Caribbean. That's actually really pretty. I really like the variegation on it. And then celery, lilac, purple geranium. That's a really fun name. And pumpkin patch. I think I might have this one or something similar, but yeah, those are the 10 colors. Super pretty. I don't know, I'm just really sad about not getting these packages anymore because I love Color & Cotton fabrics and these hand dyes, but for now I'm gonna have to save up, and when I can and if there is an opening, I'm going to sign up again. And also I think it'll be a nice break from collecting and using what I have and reduce the size of my stash. I don't think I have that much stuff compared to other stitchers, but I feel like now I get to use some of the things that I have instead of just keep accumulating. And I also think I'm more sad about not having something to wait for to get surprised, if that makes sense. Because it's always exciting to open these packages not knowing what it is, you know? So anyways, I'm going to work on the rabbit first because I really want to finish this before October. So I'm going to work on this first before Snow Angel. So I'm at my usual spot today because I forgot to record an update earlier and it's dark outside, so I couldn't film by the window. But I made some progress on my rabbit. I didn't get to stitch all that much yesterday and today, so this is all I have. I finished the gardening tools and also worked on this greenery, and I'm actually going to use one of the new skeins that I got yesterday from Color & Cotton, so this one. I was planning on using this, but this doesn't look as dark when it's on fabric for some reason, so I think this will look a lot better with this green here. Whenever I stitched with this, it didn't really stand out as dark green, so I'm really glad that I have this one. So I'm gonna use this instead, and yeah, that's all the stitching that I have for you. I also said in my last video that I was going to finish the 3 ornaments this week, so these, and have a finishing video up, but I didn't get to work on this yet, so I'm going to try to work on this next week. And yeah, so I guess that's it for this video. I hope everyone is doing really well, and let me know if you have any questions and I'll talk about it in my next video. So thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye!